Good morning and welcome here, everybody, to another beautiful morning. If you have stayed up from the football, thank you for doing so. We hope we're going to bring you dramatic and exciting fixture of sport, just like was seen overnight at the World Cup. We're bringing you 4 games live today, officially on Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV. The first of them, we are at the beautiful setting, the iconic Stedham, for Signet Sigavas taking on Jehangiri. Two sides, we're going to have a look at the live table, what it looks like, but both sides, they are 1 victory, 2 defeats. My name is John Kent. I'll be bringing you this game, the 3 o'clock game. Hopefully Carl will be joining me for the 5 o'clock game. We've got Carl up at guards for the 1:30 game as well. So really excited to be here with you all. As per normal, send in your messages. Let us know where you are, where you're watching from, what you think of the contest. We're going to throw out some questions, some challenges like we did yesterday. And a warm welcome, as I say, to this great day of action at the St. Regis British Open here. Signet Sigavas, Luke Wiles, number 1 of 4 goals. Tommy 7, number 2 of 5 goals. Alfredo Bagatti, number 3 of 7 goals. And Matthias McDonough Jr., Vascachi McDonough, he plays at the back of 6 goals. They play against Jehangiri. Mohamed Jehangiri, he plays at number 1 of 0 goals. Rosendo Rochi Torgata, number 2 of 7 goals. Gonzalito Pierres, number 3 of 7 goals. And Guillermo Sapocasset, he plays off 8 goals in the number 4 position. Both sides, they are 22 goals. As we have a look again, this beautiful location at Stedham. We'll have a look at some of the horses as well. Luke Wiles, he starts on Blossom. Tommy 7, he is on Cinnamon. Alfredo Bagatti, he is on Mimosa. And Matthias McDonough Jr., Irenita Gotica, part of it. Irenita breeding, of course. Jehangiri, Mohamed Jehangiri. Open Caris, Ruchi Tawagata, Jazz Ormiga, Gonzalo Perez. Open Joachim and Sapo Cassette, he is on Sapo Tilapia. I'll take you through as we go some of the notable horses within this contest. Great to see in this first chukker, Tommy 7, he is on Lovelocks Cinnamon. Unsurprisingly, he is heavily mounted, as with the Lovelocks organisation, Lovelocks Cinnamon by Nutbush and Lovelocks Candice. Really, really nice Lovelocks line, of course. Polo Line OK on Instagram, Polo Line Int on Facebook, Polo Line TV on YouTube. Players out there, it will be Signet Sigavas. They are in the white shirts. Jehangiri, as I mentioned, in the black. So excited to get this one underway. As I say, we've got some big scorers in this game. Sapo Cassette, unsurprisingly, up there with 20 of his team's 29 goals. But out now to the action. We go left, and it's going to be brought away straight away here by Lukey Wiles. Wiles, as I mentioned, on Blossom in this first chukker. We don't have a look at the live table, but as I say, they are both 2 defeats, 1 victory. So they are long shots to get themselves into the next round, but there is still a chance if the results go their way and a penalty shootout perhaps. It's here now with McDonough. McDonough on that Irenita breeding, but sends it down the ground. It's going to go long out to the left-hand side. And here now with Gonzalito Pierres. He ushers it now back towards the back line. With him is Tommy 7 as it comes now right for Cassette. Sapo Cassette, Mohamed Jehangiri. He is out the front. Cassette with a lovely drive down the ground, looking here for Mohamed at the front. Mohamed Jehangiri chased there by Tommy 7. That Lovelocks Cinnamon horse, such a nice horse. We've seen it throughout this tournament. That Lovelocks, hello to Charlie Hanbury. I'm sure you're watching. Do keep us updated as your strings come out. As it's there now with Alfredo Bagatti, sending it long down the ground. Looking again here for Luke Wiles as that one goes right over backline. Nice start, open running start to the contest here. As I say, Sapo Cassette, he's the big scorer in this game. 20 of his 29 goals for the team. They have come from Sapo Cassette. year after year. He, of course, comes back as one of the most exciting attacking players in this sport. We're going to see the likes of Sapo Tuka, his famous grey horse, in this game as well, as he now sends it out to the left-hand side. Looking here for Rochi Torregata on Ormiga. Takes it down the ground with the approach shot. Really nice play here by Rochi. He's going to run through. This is Torregata towards the goal, but just wide. To the right-hand side. Nice effort by Rochi. I'm sure Anti-Torregata, they are watching over in Spain. Hello to them if they are. Grew up playing in Soto Grande in Spain. And now we see him playing all around the world. Rochi Torregata has become a real mainstay of the high goal scene here as well. As it's here now with Alfredo Bagatti. Bagatti sends it out to the left-hand side, looking for McDonough. McDonough claims the line, has looked down the ground, has looked to see where Bagatti goes. Still here now with McDonough. Looks further still, but it's only gone as far here as Rochi. Rochi called for the backhand down the ground. Is looking for Jahangiri, but there is McDonough. McDonough gives it to Alfredo Bagatti. Bagatti now has a look behind him, takes it out to the right-hand side. Alfredo Bagatti stretching the play with Gonzalito Pierres, still now with Bagatti. Behind is McDonough, switches it back round, so Bagatti just keeping the play. Always left behind. He gave Gonzalito a chance momentarily, but it's only gone as far again here as Biscaccia McDonough with the high shot into the sky, looking to see if he could find Bagatti, but he didn't get the distance, so here instead with Cassette. Cassette near side backhand, looking for Torregata. We've already played 4 minutes. This first chucker absolutely flown by as Rochi Torregata takes it out to the left. Gonzalito Pierres looking to pick it up in a little bit of space. McDonough, he will come in. McDonough, Pierres, family is obviously so closely connected as it comes here now for Sapo Cassette. Cassette now. Behind him is Pierres. Now Sapo looks to give it a run. Now looking to take on Bagatti. Bagatti really strong in the ride-off. Across goes Cassette in front of him. Looks like we're going to have our first whistle of the contest. We'll have a look at the instant replay. Bagatti was strong in the ride-off. It looked like off first view that, yeah, he'd managed to push Cassette off the play. Cassette then came across in front, and that will be a penalty in favour of the white shirts of Signet Segavis. Warm day again here at Cowdray Park. We have been so lucky. Well, I say so lucky. There was obviously the heat waves, but we haven't had the rain and the wind. It's been really still. That's why we've seen the better conversion rates in this Gold Cup tournament when it comes to the penalties. And it's going to be Matthias McDonough Jr. Hello to Matthias, if you are watching over in Argentina. His uncle, Pablito McDonough, of course. Akasha already looking like with 3 wins and 1 defeat, they will be in the quarters as Matthias McDonough Jr. along the ground. It's going to be picked up again by Rochi Torregata. Torregata taking on Bagatti. Rochi's had a really good start to this game as he now takes it up towards the halfway line. Behind him will be Sapo Cassette, but Rochi slows down. He's got Pierres behind him. Pierres tells him to keep on going by himself. Good pressure by Luki Wiles. A lovely little flick. I'm not sure if you saw that close up on the screen, but he just flicked it underneath the belly for Gonzalito. Now Luke Wiles and Alfredo Bagatti combining well now. Number 3 for Signet. 70 from goal. Alfredo Bagatti with the strike. He's found it. It deflects off the post and it goes wide. Big chance there if we get a replay of that shot again. Look how Alfredo Bagatti, we were right behind that as well. He sent it long down the ground. Deflects off the goalpost. And that will be Rochi Torregata to bring it back into play. Rochi sends it long down the ground, looking for Gonzalito Pierres. Pierres looking to get going, sends it beautifully under the neck of the pony. It will stay comfortably in play. Look at the play there by Tommy Seven. Does really well just to take Gonzalito Pierres away, giving his number 4 now the chance on the ball. McDonough, long drive down the ground. Met by Cassette. Cassette picked it up beautifully, and now too many players in white have committed. That will give Sapper Cassette the chance to run it down the ground. Looks to his left, looks to take on first Bugatti and McDonough. Cassette given now to Pierres, and now the umpires blow a whistle on the play. Coming through at speed there, Gonzalito Pierres. We're going to have a look at the instant replay. You see Sapper, Gonzalito behind. Yeah, the ride-off wasn't quite shoulder to shoulder. They're going to decide who had the right to come in. Just having a discussion about that. Third man, Ben Turner, Peter Wright and Henry Fisher, the two umpires out there on the ground. They're taking their time. Let's see what the decision is, because Tommy was there, but it was just the speed of Gonzalito, which asked the question, did Tommy initially have the right to go in and go for that ride-off as we saw? What are you looking at, Ben? And it is going to be a penalty too. So they've decided there that Tommy 7 was a little unnecessary in the ride-off as it went in. So it's going to be penalty 2, 30-yard shot, and a chance here for Jehangiri. Doesn't feel quite right to say the opening goal of this game, because it's been really nice, open and running. And Sapper Cassette will be the player to come round and take this penalty. So Cassette, 20 goals in the tournament today. That makes it 21. Players come back to the centre of the ground, and that will be Jehangiri on the board. As I mentioned, both these sides defeated twice so far with the one victory. We wait and see as the play continues today whether two victories may stand you in with a chance with a penalty shootout. That has traditionally been the case over the years, but there's been some really strong sides going away with 3 victories, 4 victories in this tournament. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. It's now on the far side again with Tommy 7, pushed hard there by Cassette, coming round in the circle. Players all crowding round, and now on the near side again with this really dynamic duo at the front for Signet. Now coming round again, looking to put on the attack is McDonough. McDonough behind him is 7. Behind him still Bugatti. Bugatti with the drive towards the goal, but wide left. Big chance there for Signet with about 30 seconds left in this chukker. As I mentioned, do let us know where you are joining us from. Maybe you've had your breakfast after watching the World Cup and joining us now for this 11 a.m. game here as the first buzzer goes. 4 games we're bringing you here. All of them will be live streamed, of course, on Cowdray TV. As back here comes McDonough in front of Gonzalito. The umpire's happy with the first one, and with the second one, and with the third one, as Rochi Toragata sends it down the ground, looking for Mohamed Jehangiri. Jehangiri in front of Luke Wiles. Luke Wiles appealing for the foul. The umpires say play on. Luke Wiles spinning it back across. Picked up now. Sent long there by Lukey Wiles. Back there goes Sapper Cassette. There goes the second buzzer. End of the first chukker. Nice chukker, low scoring. 1-0 Jehangiri. They will lead as we go for a short break here on Polo Line TV. Cowdray TV, we will see you very shortly. So welcome back here to the second chuck. A really nice shot there of Gonzalito Pierres. I'll just check out his pony quickly. He is coming out on So Polite. As you can see there, open So Polite. Sapo Cassetti is on Sapo Gucci. Voci is on Sapo Mummy. And Mohamed Jehangiri is on Open Afortunada. Really nice. You see two of the dominant breeding lines open. Luke Wiles, he is on Bunny. Tommy 7 on Lovelock's Spider-Man. Alfredo Bugatti is on one of his best ones, Malafama. And Matthias McDonough, when I mentioned the big breeding lines, Iranita Avellana. Let's have a look here. Just as I mentioned, some of the big horses coming out. We're going to go to Tommy 7 on Lovelock's Spider-Man, as I mentioned, by El Padrino. So another Lovelock's horse coming out. Malafama, Open, iPhone, and Loose the Mad. As we go back to a field of play now. And it is Sapo Gosset turning round, getting the hook. In comes Sapo. But the whistle had been blown. Let's have a look here at the instant replay. Sapo came across. I think he may have just fouled the man behind. You saw behind the player was Tommy 7. The hook was fine, but Tommy 7 cleverly picking up that line behind. So yeah, Malafama, a really nice one of Alfredo Bugatti's. Open iPhone, like I say, by Lusamada. And then the Lovelock's line of Tommy 7 coming out. Lovelock's Spider-Man, El Badrino. Just waiting for the umpires to go off and sort something out off the field. I think it might have been a loose shoe. And here now with McDonough Jr. So much credit to the McDonough organisation, that Iranita bloodline that I mentioned a couple of times. We'll talk more about it. There's been so many Iranita best playing ponies over the years. Bugatti sends it long down the ground, looking for a run of the England international Lukey Wiles. Wiles, oh, good play there by Wiles. Rochi's got to be quick, but Luke Wiles with the tap. Really nice play by Luke Wiles, who got round the corner there on Bunny. Scored the goal, and that is 1 goal all. Really nice play by Signet Segueras. These four-player teams with the 4 professionals on them. We've seen them. We've spoken about them over this tournament, how successful they've been over the years. As we just saw on the instant replay, the pressure that it gives them as well. The obvious example is El Romanzo, the Thai Polo sides, the Halcyon Gallery sides, if we go way, way back in the day. They really are difficult to play against. And Signet Segueras, they give it their all every game. We saw them with a big victory over Valhalla earlier in the tournament. It's been a tough group, though, for all these sides as it gets sent down at the ground. And now Tommy 7, and this is where they get the overlap, just as I'm talking about it. Tommy 7's able to run away. England players combine as Tommy 7, he scores the goal. Lukey Wiles provides the assist, 2-1. Really hard to stop when they get ahead of steam, and that's exactly what we're talking about as you have a look at the instant replay. The players in black, they all crowd in. They try and stop the player in possession. And getting himself free was Tommy 7. Players back in the centre of the ground. And it's going to be here again with Matthias McDonough Jr. Matthias taps it. Now, the umpires had said use it. So we'll see whether they think the player in black needed to get out of the way. We'll have a look on the instant replay. Is it just off screen? There it is. It's there. So you see, use it was the call there. It was played into the pony of Gonzalito with no real forward motion, and that is why it is given. Simple decision in the end to Jehangiri. Some of these rules that are coming into the game that we see, the no blocking of the primary from the knock-in, the increased need to use it. It is all in the name of the speed of this sport, getting the players running, getting them attacking. As Sapo, I think he's still out there on Sapo Gucci with the long drive down the ground. And that one goes wide to the right-hand side, just a little bit too much on it. Do join us, like I say, on our YouTube live stream. Let us know where you're watching from. We've had people from all around the world. Curacao, the mention from there, still my highlight of the tournament. We had Ecuador yesterday, Brazilians, obviously with a strong Nigerian contingent supporting Shoreline. Maybe a little early. We'll let you off if you're over in America joining us at this point. I'm sure you'll see us on the instant replay and join us later on as well. As the open backhand played by Cassette. Looking here for Torgata. Oh, look at that by Bugatti. He came across, picks it up out the air, but out towards the boards. And here now with Rochi Torgata again. Torgata spins it round, turns round, have a look how the attack may continue from there. And this again is the four-player polo that we were talking about and is going to be run away out in front. Sapper Cassette looking to close down the angle, as is Mohamed Jehangiri. They all crowd round and Bugatti goes down the centre calling for the pass, but it's only as far now as Jehangiri. Jehangiri over the top. Alfredo Bugatti, he comes in. Bugatti takes it out the air once, gets there a second time, and a third. Alfredo Bugatti, really nice goal. Alfredo Bugatti, I think he's still out there on Malafama as he scored that goal in this second chukker. 3-1. 3 minutes to play in the second of our 6 chukkers. Alfredo Bugatti scored some really nice goals in this tournament as we see him coming back on there. He's the ultimate competitor, is Alfredo. We've seen his parts before, organisations, always competitive, coming through again as the umpires. Ooh, I think that might be Sapo Tuka that Sapo's now coming out on. He does play a couple of greys, but it's now here with, you see, Gonzalito came across. A few of them did. But they blew the whistle before Gonzalito was there. So I think having to play on the near side was Lukey Wiles. So it's going to be Torgata with the play. Out left here now to Sapo. Sapo Cassette. Behind him will come Gonzalito Pierre. So much experience with those two in this Jehangiri organisation this year as Pierre sends it long down the ground, just wide to the right-hand side. Jehangiri, they debuted in the English high goal scene last year. It was Gonzalito, Mohamed Jehangiri. Last year was Diego Kavanagh and James Harper. This year bringing Sapo Cassette into the organisation. And obviously Rochi Torgata as well. Oh, not quite what he was looking there for. And it's here now with Gonzalito and going back quickly. And we'll have a look at the instant replay. And yeah, McDonough had to take a risk. He gave it a go. But he was always likely just to get called out there. It's going to be a close penalty here for Sapo Cassette. Cassette sends it through. Easy goal for Sapo in the end. Makes it 3-2. They just needed that one as well. They were letting that momentum, the pressure of the Signet side just begin to get to them. And a nice goal there for Sapo. As we come back to the centre of the ground. And players come back in. Sapo Cassette under the neck, looking for Rochi Torgata. Torgata looks to go as Torgata. Big bump and a ride off. Look at the speed of 7, but look at the strength of Rochi Torgata. But he's just sent it wide to the left-hand side. That one goes left. Good play, though, by the combination of Torgata and Cassette. Cassette, he's obviously been such a player. So much success around the world. Likes of the US Open back in 2011 with Lechusa Caracas. Haven't seen him lifting the Gold Cup before, but he's a constant figure in the quarters, semis sort of region. As it's here now, running down the ground. Look at 7 go. He's been called off by Bugatti. I wondered there whether he would. You can never miss Bugatti's cry. Out the air, Alfredo Bugatti, really nice. And again, you just see why it's so difficult to defend against these teams. Alfredo Bugatti was in between 7. Really nicely took the player away. You just see it going out to our screen there. Sapo Cassette knew if he went into Bugatti, there'd be another player free behind. So Bugatti left on his own, scores the goal, and that makes it again a little bit of daylight between the two sides. 30 seconds to go here in this second chukker. Ball goes back in play. Across comes Pierres. And this one will likely go in favour of Jehangiri as we have a look at the instant replay. Just coming in on this here. You see Pierres getting the line. Yeah, he turned quick. He had it, and it's going to be a spot hit now for his side. Rochi Torgata. Time for one more play out here in this chukker. Looking for Sapo. Still out there. You see the difference when he jumps on a horse such as Sapo Tuka. The confidence that it gives him as he runs out wide. Coming in with a big bump and ride off as we hear the first buzzer go. It's right there on the back line. Cassette is able to dance around to the left, but it's stolen, and now the chance to counter. They're going to have about 25 seconds to run the distance of the ground, but it wasn't a clean shot, so there coming back is Cassette. Cassette, the open backhand, reaching in there, picking it up with 7. Middle is for cool for the backhand by Pierres. Now with Torgata, there's time if they're quick. Rochi appealing for the foul. There is Tommy 7, desperate defence from Signet, but they do survive as Pierres comes in. There goes the buzzer. That will be the end of the second chukker. 4-2. Good chukker for Signet as we head off for another break. We'll be back very shortly here on Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV. Thank you so much for joining us here for this St. Regis British Open contest.
Yeah, no, it's been a difficult season up to now. We've been there or thereabouts in a few games, but haven't got the results. But yeah, today, we ran up really hard, got a good start, and managed to carry it on throughout the game. And I think a great team performance. Yeah, I think Luke's just been trying to make us go 1-1, beat our men first, and today I think we were super disciplined. Maybe something we've been lacking in the previous games, and we all work for each other well, and managed to get the win. So yeah, no, obviously it was Signet Segavas, so a massive thank you to both Signet and Segavas for their support. I mean, we're all good friends off the field, and we get on really well, but yeah, it's nice to get our first win, because I think it's been a long time coming, but I think we'll be happy tonight with that. The Gold Cup is the best tournament in England, if not one of the best in the world, so super happy to be here playing the Gold Cup, and hopefully we can stay in the tournament as long as possible.
So welcome back here. We are live as we come out here. Looking at the horses again. Luke Wiles on Madam's Farm Lukaku in this third chukker. Tommy 7, Bulgarania, Alfredo Bugatti, Assombrada, and Matthias McDonough Jr. He is on another one of that Iranita line. Iranita Capricciosa and Jehangiri. Mohamed Jehangiri, Open Visa Black. Rochi Torgata, Petunia Ensalada. Gonza Perez, Open Elaborada. And Sapa Cassette, he is on Open UNICEF. Tommy 7, Lovelots, Belgravia. Fino James and Fina Inglesa. Another one of that breeding line. As the players back on the field of play. 2 goals separating the sides. 4-2. Nice game. Good open polo so far. We saw some great games yesterday. We've got 4 games for you. All of them live here on Polo Line TV. If you're wondering where Carl Ude Martinez is this morning, he is on his way to guards. He will be bringing you the 1:30 game as we have a look now. It is Tommy 7, Lovelocks Belgravia. Ooh, just over the top. Now with McDonough. McDonough to the left-hand side. Left behind for Bugatti. Bugatti to the left again. Good strength here by Alfredo Bugatti. Takes it towards the back line. Still now with Bugatti. Just gets himself a little bit of space. Makes his way towards the goal. Really nice goal from Alfredo Bugatti. I'll just check again as we have a look at the instant replay. Really nice play by Alfredo Bugatti. Have a look how he just goes round there on the front, out on Assombrada. in this third. Chucker Alfredo Bugatti. So strong, so quick. And it's kind of his trademark play. You see that kind of picking it up to the left-hand side of the goalpost. He then runs in, gets the next shot. Really nice. So, Pierres hooked out of it again, and this is where they run, and it's going to be Tommy 7. Look at the speed, though, of Gonzalito Pierres coming back down the centre, calling for the passes. McDonough, 7 does nicely, sending it down for McDonough. He's got to be careful there on the back line as a couple of players go off and change. Gonzalito Pierres, will he stay on? Yes, he will. One of these open horses that he plays. And it's in out with Rochi Torigata with the tap. Behind him comes Cassette. Cassette takes it right again. Look how Torigata just hovers about, just making the defence guess as he looks down the ground for Gonzalito Pierres. But coming back here is Matthias McDonough Jr. Tail backhand. Now they both come towards it. Gonzalito Pierres thought he had the line, backs away. Sapa Cassette, he is there now. Cassette, Jehangiri goes out in front, but Sapa Cassette reaches out, picks it out the air a couple of times and a third. Bugatti's not going to make life easy for him, though, as Alfredo Bugatti comes away now with the tail backhand. Alfredo leaves it for teammate Tommy 7. Sorry, no, that was Lukey Wiles. Good play by him. Or even, I'll try again. Matthias McDonough Jr. hooked out of it. Good play there as it's here now with Matthias McDonough Jr. Has a look down the ground. He's got Bugatti in front, waiting, turning round. In front of them all is Sapa Cassette. He leaves it for Pierres. Pierres now drives it long down the ground, and now look at Sapo go. Sapo, he's got away. These are the chances they've got to take. Sapo with the cut, going close through the goal. Lovely finish there by Sapo Cassette. He will go off and change horses. Really nice goal there by Sapo Cassette on the cut shot as we have a look at the instant replay on Sapo UNICEF. He jumps off. Nice cut shot, just snuck inside that right-hand goalpost. Halfway through the third. Players back in the centre of the field. Who's going to pick it up again? It's going to be Bugatti. They've been pretty good in these lineouts throughout this tournament. Have Signet as it goes long down the ground, looking for one of the two runners at the front. It may go all the way. Torigata had to be quick, and he was, as he hits the backhand, and it just goes over the back line. That'll be a safety 60. They'd take it. Good defensive play, but good strike long by Alfredo Bugatti as well, as we have a look at this clearing backhand on the instant replay. Hit it open, just needed to get it away. So safety 60, just to the right-hand side of the goalpost. Matthias McDonough Jr. coming round, a player who's going to make his debut in the Triple Crown this year. He played one game, but he's going to be part of the organisation, allowing to organisation with his uncle Pablito McDonough as he sends it long. Nice strike wide to the right. I think, yep, Rochi did get a touch. It looked like it was heading in. We'll have a look on the instant replay, see if we can confirm that. Look how he just steps up. Yeah, that had to be stopped. Really nice stop there by Rochi Torigata. Reached out. Another safety. Yeah. Nice lineup, as I mentioned, about the Scaccio he's going to play with Pablo Polito Pierres, Paquito de Navais. They are going to have to go through the qualifiers, despite being a 35-goal side. I think it's the first time probably we've seen that happen. McDonough along the ground, and the result is for Torigata. He's thwarted the white shirts 3 times there in quick succession as now Sapo looks to run, but going back is the number 4. Still just 20, 21 years of age. Matthias McDonough Jr., real player with potential. He's taken a very similar career path that his father took as well. Of course, got to, I think, 8 goals here in the UK, 9 in Argentina. As it's picked up here by Cassette. Cassette now drives it long down the ground. Who's going to pick it up? It's going to be tail backhand over the top. Well, it wasn't over the top, but it didn't quite work out where he was looking. There's now Cassette with the neck shot, calling for the pass. Rocci Torregata, but coming back and doing well in defence with the open backhand is Alfredo Bugatti. As far here now as McDonough. McDonough takes it out to the left-hand side. McDonough to his right-hand side. Running long is Lukey Wiles, but McDonough told to take it forward. Well, back, but forward. If that makes any sense, towards his own goal. As McDonough. Long neck shot down at the ground. And Matthias McDonough, he's joining us. Hello, Matthias McDonough. Sending me a message over from Argentina. Really nice to hear from you, Matthias. Hopefully you're going to make it over as Bugatti with a shot towards the goal. And through the goal, really nice goal there by Alfredo Bugatti. He makes it 6-3. As we'll have a look here at the instant replay. Bugatti with the shot, with the score. Really nice play. The players come back to the centre. Who's going to pick it up? Here now with, Sapo Gasset. Really nice pick up there. The umpires were happy. Now watch how Sapo Gasset's, his horses, they are known for the way they just flatten out. They give him such an easy platform. Sapo Gasset surely won't miss. Oh, he went over the top, but it did go through. Sapo Gasset, he gets one. Jehangiri needed it. Nice play out the line out. Took it with him. He got a little bit of a bounce out there towards the end. As you see here, coming back was McDonough. He couldn't quite reach that near side backhand. So 6-4. Probably time for one more play at least here in this Jucker. So here we go again. Left behind with Bugatti. Bugatti. 30 seconds probably until we hear that first buzzer go. Oh, he meets it, does. Cassette, now they're gone as Sapo looks for a quick 1-2. Let's see if he can find Mohamed Jehangiri out in front, or will he go himself? Jehangiri just gets him away slightly of Bugatti. Is it still here now with Cassette? Out the air once, out the air twice. Sapo Cassette, he's taking control, and the momentum now is with Jehangiri with likely the last play of this first half. He's closed it to a 1-goal game, but as I mentioned, he really is one of the most electric scorers in the game. Sapo Cassette, we'll find out the name of that horse as well. I'm sure it's a Sapo breeding, as he just took it through as we hear the buzzer go. And look how he just keeps control. The bounce won't put him off. Takes it easily. So controlled, so measured. They just watch it onto the end of a stick. Really nice play. Sapo Cassette, 6-5. We will be back very shortly here on Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV. Thank you so much for joining us for this day of the St. Regis British Open.
No, la verdad que es un placer porque obviamente Tommy es familia, ya jugamos el año pasado juntos, la verdad que la pasamos muy bien. Guy es un tipazo, tiene una buena onda bárbara, juega muy bien. Y Tani también es un joven promesa de Inglaterra que también tiene mucha onda, y el lugar Blackbirds es impresionante. Toda la gente que trabaja para Blackbird, los Catmure, todos tienen una onda buenísima y están siempre muy predispuestos a lo que necesitemos. No, bueno, Blackbirds es una organización que juega hace muchos años acá en Inglaterra. Arrancó con Urs, el padre de Guy. Nada, yo creo que es de los mejores equipos que ha habido acá en Inglaterra. En su momento creo que con Ellerton eran las dos grandes organizaciones de acá en Inglaterra, y nada, siempre con buenos jugadores, buenos caballos, el lugar es impresionante, así que nada, la verdad que todo muy, muy lindo. Sí, bueno, creo que arrancamos no como queríamos, pensando que éramos una cosa y al final éramos otra, pero bueno, creo que fuimos mejorando. Ahora en la Copa de Oro creo que mejoramos bastante. Nada, ajustando un par de cosas, y obviamente nos queda mucho para mejorar. Pero bueno, creo que estamos mejor, en general como equipo estamos mejor. No, creo que somos cuando andamos bien somos cuatro, somos un montón, porque Guy juega muy bien, Tani juega bien, bueno, Tommy es lo que es, y nada, creo que somos bastante jóvenes, tenemos muchas ganas, también todos con ganas de organizarse, con caballos, con todo, así que tenemos también un grupo de gente atrás nuestro muy bueno, con los peticeros, pilotos, todos, así que nada, la verdad que nada, de a poco, viste que esto es de a poco. Sí, creo que jugar con Tommy está buenísimo porque obviamente hacer hermano, nada, te puede decir lo que querés y está todo bien. Y nada, siempre la confianza de adentro de la cancha, de todo, de dejar todo por el otro. Así que la verdad que a mí me encanta jugar con él. En los entrechaques, por ahí nos ponemos medio, pero bueno, para que vuelvan las viejas épocas de los hermanos, che. Se ha perdido un poco eso. Nosotros la revivimos.
No tanto, tratamos de ir por el mismo camino, que es un poco, nada, en lo que confiamos y actitud, y nos faltó un poquito del principio, ellos entraron con mejor actitud, nada, creo que cambiamos un poco eso y fuimos mejorando en el partido de hoy, pero nada, tratar de seguir por el mismo camino que veníamos bien. Nada, el año pasado cuando terminó la temporada y llamó Poro con Agustín Nero y ahí lo organizamos. Nada, feliz de tener la oportunidad de jugar con ellos, y para este equipo es un placer y muy contento y agradecido con ellos. Y nos queda un partido bravísimo contra Jindal, así que nada, ahora la verdad que pensando nada más que en ese partido, no pensamos mucho más para adelante. Ahora en 2 días, nos quedó en 8 días 4 partidos muy bravos. Así que nada, la verdad que con todo pensando en cómo ganar ahora el lunes. Es increíble el nivel de los caballos, de los jugadores, de los equipos, todo es... Yo personalmente es el nivel más competitivo, o sea, en Argentina jugar clasificación, pero creo que esto es, no sé, está a otro nivel, es impresionante el nivel de caballos contra los jugadores que competís, de la manera que todos se organizan. Es súper competitivo, está bueno, nada, para seguir siempre esforzándose para tratar de estar a la altura ahí, por lo menos.
Down thinking it was a 60 or further still, so rightfully waiting, and it is for Facundo Pierres. Pierres sends it out to the left-hand side, looking for Pitaluga's really good blocking work by Veer Harmsworth, giving Pitaluga the space, and between Harmsworth and Pitaluga, a really nice play. Facundo Pierres sent it, but do not underestimate the importance there of the work that was done by Veer Harmsworth, who just took away the player. He didn't need to do it forever, he just needed to give Joaquin Pitaluga the space coming through. 11 goals to 10.
Feel it more with Lineup Pro, the premium subscription from Lineup Polo. Follow every stat live in real time. Search any player and discover win rates, strongest teammates, and powerful performance insights. Search Lineup Polo and subscribe now.
Bueno, es Dubai Polo Team, está formado por Tarek Albaguardi, Antonio I, Barto Castañola y yo, Santos Carlos. Me llegó la propuesta el año pasado cuando terminó la temporada acá y se dieron los handicaps y todo eso y la combinación, ahí yo estaba en Nueva York. La verdad que increíble, muy divertido, adentro de la cancha, fuera de la cancha, en la caballeriza, en el asado. La verdad que muy divertido, muy lindo grupo de trabajo, y la verdad que eso te hace un poco la temporada, ¿no? Te divertís adentro de la cancha, te divertís afuera y la verdad que así se la pasa muchísimo mejor. Y obviamente sí, exige un montón el tema de los caballos y mucho más en la temporada de acá, que sabemos el nivel que tiene, ¿no?, de caballos y es algo que es un esfuerzo de año a año y tratar de irse montando mejor y por suerte Dubái tiene el apoyo de varios caballos de ellos que varios le están pasando a Antonio, algunas juega Barto, yo tengo todo mío, pero sé que si algún día me falta una, Dubái me va a poder aportar. En Argentina voy a jugar la clasificación con Jared Seni, el Terre y Sandy Cernaz, así que con ganas de que arranque eso también, va a estar divertido. No, jugar para Dubái es un honor, porque la verdad que este equipo ha hecho muchísimo a lo largo de la historia acá y es lindo, es lindo poder estar en este equipo. Y lo más divertido te diría que el día a día y con la tranquilidad que se toma todo, y tampoco tan tranquilo porque hay mucha concentración en todo lo que hacemos, tratamos de hacerlo mejor, pero nada, te diría que el día a día es muy divertido, eso es lo que está bueno.
Feel it more with Lineup Pro, the premium subscription from Lineup Polo. Follow every stat live in real time. Search any player and discover win rates, strongest teammates, and powerful performance insights. Search Lineup Polo and subscribe now.
Everything begins here. Every field, every crop, every meal. But across the world, the soil we depend on is under pressure. And the future of farming depends on restoring it. Safe Rock, a natural resource to enrich the earth.
Welcome back here at the halfway point of this contest. We're going to have a look at the story of the game so far. 6 goals, all 6 of them field goals for Signet. 3 out of 5 field goals for Jehangiri. 2 fouls committed by Jehangiri, 5 by Signet. Pretty low scoring game. Yeah, I did think it was going to look that way. Signet has won 9 out of 12 throw-ins, and they've been out in front for 60% of the game as well. And then pretty low in terms of drought. They've been plugging away, have the organisation with Jehangiri, just making sure that they stay in touch. Now, have a look at this league. Let's have a look how this changes things. Signet Sigueiras in 4th, Jehangiri in 6th. And I think it stays that way. So no real change. Let's have a look if there is. There might be a change in goals scored, but White Crane play later. So this is how it stays. And they have a look at the top scorer as well. Pablo McDonough, he's out there on top, 31 goals. Felix Essayin, what a tournament he has had, including 12 goals in just for 1 game. He's got 25. Sapa Gosset, mentioned him a few times, the lead scorer for this unit and 3rd in the table when it comes to the tournament. Tolia Joa, he had a really nice tournament. We saw Shoreline defeated yesterday. They're still in with a chance, and Benha Pinello. Then he rounds out the top 5. Black Bears will be seeing playing a little later on against White Crane as well. Players, though, they are making their way out. We'll have a look first at the Jehangiri horses. Mohamed Jehangiri, another open horse, Open Paris, Rochi Toro Qatar, Carambola, Gonza Perez on Open Leticia, and Sapa Gosset Mamicha. Look next at the Signet horses. Luke Wiles on Bobtail, Tommy 7 on Spectrum, Alfredo Bagatti, Carpetta really like this one. And it is, of course, another Iranita, one for Matthias McDonough. Iranita Sudanese. Hello again to Matthias McDonough, who has joined us over in Argentina. Hope you are going to come over. He really is one of the nicest, funniest men in polo, Matthias McDonough. It's great to see his son playing so well out here as well. Here's the Chukka Jack by Chukka score. 1-0 to Jahangiri at the end of the first, and then Signet, they had a really, really good second Chukka, winning it 4-1. Then Jahangiri, they won the last Chukka, but they are behind it. Really nice. We should just go back to how that last Chukka closed. It was Sapa Gosset scoring 2 really nice running goals. As we get going again, is it going to fall for Sapa Gosset? No, it's going to be there with Matthias McDonough Jr. Takes away the stick of Gosset. Turning into trouble, though, as Gonzalito Pierres, he was there. And Bagatti was waiting, perhaps just over the line. And that is going to be a penalty as we have a look at the instant replay. You see, nice play by Gonzalito. Bagatti was just too tempting. Came across. And it is a penalty in favour of Jahangiri. Sapa Gosset, he will have the chance to make it 6-all. So Sapa Gosset just comes round nicely here. It's a man who puts so much work into his breeding. I've been fortunate to interview him a few times over the year and the details that he goes into. Sapa Gosset lofts it high and straight, or was it? They're going to have a look. The umpires are going to say goal. They're going to come back to the centre of the ground. Sapa just had a look, said, yeah. Have a look at the instant replay. It was pretty close, but the goal is good. The players back to the centre again. 6-all. Nice backwards and forwards flow to this game as it comes out here now with Sapa Gosset. Takes it out to the left-hand side. Now running round. Bagatti just turns it on when he needs to. Sapa Gosset, lovely drive down the ground. Coming back is McDonough. McDonough gets the tail, as does Bagatti, but it's into the pony again of Sapa, who is able to spin it round. Goes in between 2 players in white. There again is McDonough. This time he had the right to be there and now taken it down at the ground, looking for a runner out in front. Picked up again by Matthias McDonough Jr. Lovely play in defence. That was by Lukey Wiles, but now Pierres. Wiles cooled off, but he decides to take on Gonzalito, the great man, as it's here now left eventually for Tommy Seven. Tommy Seven, long cut down the ground. Coming back, though, is going to be Rochi Torigata. Torigata has the space to bring it round. Wasn't quite what he was looking for, but they will come again with Gonzalito Pierres. Behind him, Sapa Gosset. Gosset, long drive down the ground again. Rochi appeals for a foul. The umpires say, you're good to keep on going. As again, left here with McDonough. McDonough takes it right. Little flick underneath the neck. Looking for a player on the run. Ooh, Sapa. He's going to claim he never actually crossed with the offside shot being there. We'll have a look on the instant replay. Was that kind of wavering on the line before he played the ball? Is that going to be enough for the umpires to give the decision? You have a look. You saw him think about it. He then pulled out, but I think the thinking about it coming across will be enough just to make that foul stick. And it would be a close penalty too in favour of Signet. Shot penalty 2 just through the goal. It wasn't the cleanest of strikes, but with those undefended penalty 2s, it doesn't really matter. The goal is scored, and it is another one for Matthias McDonough Jr. Big hello to our Stat official partners lineup. Really, really nice organisation lineup. I do encourage you to get the lineup pro as we have a look at the top scorers live as they tell us as well. Really good app. It really does tell the story of the game. It's 6 goals for Sapo Gusset, all 6 of them. Is he going to get goal number 7 here for Jehangiri as Sapo runs away out in front, all on his own. Oh, it's just gone right, but he does get the goal. Flicks it under the pony's neck. Lovely goal there by Sapo Gusset. Just remind myself of the horse that he came on as we look at the instant replay. Once again, he's just got such a nice ability to finish off that net shot. Yeah, it is. Mamicha, that he is on. A really nice pony of his, Mamicha. As you see, where he's so good is where he comes out, the line out, picks it up. Very difficult to catch once he gets going. So that's 7 goals now for Sapo Gusset. 7 of the 7. Top scorer in the Signet side, you've got Alfredo Bagatti with 4. So, near side backhand played. Looking down the ground here for Mohamed Jehangiri. Lovely pick up now by Mohamed. And this is the way he could be really dangerous out in front, but he's just over the top. And it's going to be here now with... Oh, he did just get away with it briefly, but it's going to fall now for Torre Guitar. Torre Guitar in front of Luki Wiles. Torre Guitar just beaten by a bounce of the open backhand played and turning round now. Look at this. Matthias McDonough Jr. Normally we see him at the back, but he's managed to find himself out in the front now as he slows it down. Runners out in front of him. Hit the ball as the cool. Oh, into Mohamed Jehangiri. He looks okay, is he? Yeah, the tail backhand played as they carry on now with Sapo Gusset. Sapo takes it right. Here now with Gusset. Sapo Gusset behind him there is Bagatti. Sapo takes it left. Can he get round you? Yes, he can. No, good defensive play by McDonough. The open backhand played. Rochi Torgata. He is there. Sapo, he jumps in. Sapo Gusset, he's there. Open backhand played as it goes towards the back line. And here now with Alfredo Bagatti. Bagatti, he is there. Being chased there by Sapo Gusset. Open backhand played into the ponies there by Torre Guitar and sent long eventually again by McDonough Jr. But just a little bit far. Nice tail backhand played by Mohamed. Luke was beaten by the bounce, as was Torre Guitar. And here now with McDonough. He gets a really nice connection because waiting at the front, all on his own. Alfredo Bagatti gets it out the air once, running through the goal. Yes, he does. The goal is scored. Lito Piera's not happy in the centre about something, but as we have a look at the instant replay, went long, really nice pick up here, Alfredo Bagatti. He finishes it unnervingly in front of goal. 3 changes called from the umpire, so you see them all go off and jump onto some fresh ponies. We have another look at our stats again, just to go through the sort of sign of some of the things you can get when you use this app. You can see exactly the timeline of who scored, where the fouls are. Has there been any changes? 9 out of 9. So it was 9-3 in terms of throw-ins at the halfway point, and now looks at 11-5. Biggest lead has been 3 goals for Signet. Jehangiri, they've been out in front. Interesting, Chuckers won. Jehangiri, they've actually won 2 Chuckers to the 1 of Signet, but it then switches round. Who's actually been out in front at the end of a chucker. That's an interesting one. It's because of a really good second chucker by Signet as they come away again here with Matthias McDonough Jr. into the pony there, but that goes Torgata. And the near side backhand play. Good play, Tommy 7. Really nice combination at the front that you see. Tommy 7 and Luke Wiles, the 2 England players, as it falls again here for Alfredo Bagatti. Bagatti taking it out left, still here with Bagatti under the pony of Pierres. Pierres fighting hard with it. Bagatti comes across, open backhand played into the crowd by Pierres, and turning onto it again will be McDonough. McDonough taking control, goes in between Pierres and Cassette. Cassette, he comes across here now with Luki Wiles. Torre Guitar comes across. Now that's a whistle. Are we going to see any further punishment? Let me just wait and see what umpire says as we have a look on the instant replay. So, looked a pretty clear foul. they will have a chat. They've dropped it in front of a goal. I was wondering whether we might see a penalty one, but I think the umpires are just saying there's going to be a penalty right in front of goal. Said there was enough jeopardy in that where Rochi did have a right to have a go, and the goal is scored. When I say right to have a go, is in it's not a penalty one. It was definitely a foul, but not a penalty one. So a 2-goal lead back in place for Signet, 9-7. Top scorers, Sapa Gosset, he's making his way up the table. He's scored all the goals today. Pablo McDonough out in front at 31. But Sapo, with his 7 goals today, he's gone from 20 to 27. As it now goes down the line. This is again, look how Tommy 7 takes away the player behind. And that gives Bagatti the free run out in goal. This looks like it could be double digits on the board. Picks up the bounce. The buzzer goes. Alfredo Bagatti runs it through. 10 goals to 7. That will be the end of the 4th. Still, the game continues really nicely here, and you just see a quick couple of goals for the team in white. They lead 10-7. We'll be back very shortly. 2 chukkers remaining in our opening game. So welcome back here for the 5th chukker. Let's have a look there. Matthias McDonough Jr. A really nice game at the back. It's a position we talk about a lot, the number 4. You've kind of had that dominant player of his generation, Juan Martin Nero, and in no way saying he's no longer the best number 4 in the world, but you've got the next lot coming, and Matthias McDonough Jr. just a bit younger than the likes of Cruz Hegi, Juan Martin Zabia, as the next bunch of sort of number 4s coming along. Hero Del Carril, Tommy Beresford, of course, he's been there. A name very much in the reckoning. Great to see an English player who's considered within that group. But Matthias McDonough Jr., it's a position where they tend to peak a little bit later in their career. There's such a rush, it seems, following the lights of Hetard, to get to 10 goals so young. Perotta Cambiasso at all. You've got Paquito de Narvaez, 18 and 8 goals already. And you've had, all these young superstars. You have a look here at Firmamiento Racing. Do have a look. There's opportunity to get involved with racing syndicates over in Argentina, just as I talk about it. Do check it out. It's a really nice organization. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a number 4 position where they do tend to, it's so much discipline that needs to be there, and the way in which you play, the way in which you make sure there's always someone at the back, knowing when to go open, when to go tail. And just see Matthias McDonough Jr., we've seen him playing a lot of medium, 18 goal here in England, and he's just really important part of this Signet organisation this year, as well as Matthias McDonough Jr. sends the ball long down at the ground. Looking to pick it up now with the number 1 shot was Luki Waz, and now Gonzalito Pierres sends it round. Look how Sapa Gosset tried to get round the corner, but there again was Tommy 7, who sends the open backhand again for McDonough. McDonough, use it is for cool. With the shot down the ground, finding Alfredo Bagatti. Bagatti with the shot towards the goal. Bagatti's had a really nice game. Calls for a whistle. I think the umpires were trying to play advantage as Bagatti came through quickly. We'll have a look at the instant replay. You saw at the top of the screen as Torregatar, he pushed the player across, came across. I think that is going to be a pretty clear penalty too in favour of the white shirts. Do we have any players, horses confirmed here? I think Lukey Wiles, he's back on Bunny as he was in the second chukker. Alfredo Bagatti on that horse that came through Mapama. And I think as well you've got Gonzalito on Catty. As you get to these fifth and sixth chukkers, it becomes a little bit more difficult to spot. We'll try and bring them out for you. And sent through emphatically there by Matthias McDonough Jr. Nice score by him. Nice playing the build-up as well. 11 goals to 7, and we now, as I mentioned, thanks to our stat partners at Lineup Pro, we have the biggest lead of this game. 4 goals now in between these two sides. Ball goes back in play, and it's out the back here with Torregatar. Torregatar left there, picked up by Gonzalito. Pierres now looking to run out to the right-hand side. Picked up by Gonzalito Pierres. Pierres now into the 60 with the under the neck shot being ridden there by Bagatti. Bagatti with the near side backhand, and coming away now is Matthias McDonough Jr. McDonough called further past. Lovely lofted drive, and now comes Lukey Wiles. He's out there on Bunny, running away from Torregatar. It's the England player Lukey Wiles with the approach, sending it out to the right-hand side. He got a nice goal on Bunny earlier. He was looking to repeat the trick, but it's gone wide right, and that will be Jehangiri Bull. Just need to make something up and out here. Hello, have we just had a comment? Yes, we have. Hello from Chile. Farouk Nomicanobra, I hope I got that right. Hello from Chile. Thank you for joining us. As it comes around us, we've got a few Chilean links to this tournament as well. Of course, young Leon Donoso. Mentioned Tommy Beresford, the England international. He, of course, has pretty strong Chilean heritage as well. So thank you for joining us all the way from Chile as it's here now and out the back of the line. Oh, and of course, Jean-Paul Luksic as well. So really, really good bunch of Chileans playing this tournament. As we open backhand played by Gonzalito Pierres, sent again. Lovely polo here by Jehangiri. They're all getting involved as Rochi sends it down the ground. Mohamed Jehangiri out in front. What a chance here for Mohamed with the approach shot. It's going a little bit left. Can he finish it off? Mohamed sends it towards the goal, but wide left. But that was a lovely move there by the side in black. Jehangiri. Now, it looks like Sapo's back. Oh no, it's Rochi jumping on a grey. I was about to say it's Sapo's go, but it's not. It's there with Rochi Torregatar. So bringing the ball into play now. Sent long there by McDonough, looking for Bagatti. Bagatti, rare mistake by him today. He's been really good in possession of the ball as it's here again with Gonzalito. Gives it back to Torregatar. Torregatar gets a deflection off the pony, takes it right, goes in between two players in white, gives it now to Pierres, who's able just to take control of the ball. About 40 from goal. A player who's won it all, of course, around the world and multiple times as well, as Cassette comes back on to the play. Here now with Sapo, taking it to the right-hand side. Sapo spots a gap and looks to go. Sapo Cassette with the run, but there's a whistle on the play. I'm going to go find out from the third man what that looked like, because Sapo looked good as he went through. Let's have a look here. Sapo Cassette coming through. Did he appeal for foul there? Maybe they gave something. Yeah, I think that's what they blew there. You saw Tommy 7 just getting in the way. They tried to play advantage, but actually when you're running at that speed with the defence in front of you as well, penalty free is the decision. Is that against Tommy, Ben? Yeah, just getting that confirmed from Ben Turner. Just trying to play the advantage, but none coming. Or more advantage for a penalty, so Cassette. Just need this one. Game running away from them a little bit. Cassette sent it up high. Goal is scored. Sapper Cassette, he gets another one, and he continues to have scored every single goal for his side today. That makes it 8 for him, 8 for Jehangiri. And we're back to within 3. Still plenty of time in this game. .1:15, the game at guard starts. I've just heard Carl, who has got to guards. It's looking great up there for that game. And 3 o'clock, we're at Manor. We'll be bringing that game live to you as well. And then 5 o'clock over at Brooksfield. So if you're in the area, please do make your way there. If you're having a little bit of nap after the England victory last night, you can join us on the live stream. Both great options as the tail backhand played by McDonough, looking for Bugatti. But Cassette coming in, sent down the ground by Bugatti, and to be picked up here by Rochi Toragata in defence in front of 7. He's got to be a little bit careful. They're saying he can use it. Cassette, he's a little bit stuck there. Rochi doesn't quite know what to do, but the umpires are happy, but eventually was able to take it round right. Good play here by Rochi Toragata. One of those players ever since sort of first coming over here off 2 or 3 goals. He's always had time on the ball. And there you go. That's a lovely goal by him. He was under pressure, but as I say, he's a player ever since he was sort of in his mid to late teens who whenever he had the ball, he always just seemed to have a bit more time on it. You could tell then he was going to be a player not only who, you know, came in as a 5 or 6 goal player, sort of crashing and bashing in the high goal. He was always going to have one of these roles, for playmaker roles, and great to see him in this number 4 shirt. Won the Queen's Cup, of course, 2 years in a row. Rochi Toragata has been part of some pretty heavy-hitting organisations, the like of Park Place, Talon Trackers. He played with Scone as a replacement when they were over here as well. So good to see him back here again with Jehangiri. The ball comes loose and it's going to be Sapo. And suddenly, and this is where they've been good today, they've been scoring in bursts with Jehangiri side, and they're going to get a chance here to make it a 1-goal game. As Sapo Cassette, they're not going to catch him, so it's a case of whether he can keep his composure in front of goal with the tap once, twice, 3 times. Of course he can. Sapo Cassette, he makes it 11-10, and that is 9 for the day for Sapo Cassette. Really nice how he just ran away. McDonough was chasing, but he's so confident, Sapo Cassette. He slowed it down. He knew they weren't going to get him. And that makes it 10-11. And that's where when you play these 4 professional sides, that's why the lineouts are so important, because that's when you can actually get yourself a gap and an overlap like that. Easier said than done, of course, as you've seen with those lineout stats. But when they have won the lineout, they've been pretty good from them, and they've scored goals and they've got running. But now, can they just keep that momentum that they've got? It's here now with McDonough running down at the ground. He's got Lukey Wiles behind him, takes it to the right. Oh, where did Sapo come from? Sapo came round the corner pretty quick. Let's have a look. It was McDonough on the ball. Yeah, oh, he just flicked it right, and that might be what gets him. He was stick to stick initially, especially when he went to meet it, but was there enough of a flick right? The umpires, they're going to have a chat with the third man of whether a new line was created with that touch. I don't think it's quite chucker. No, it's not quite chucker, so we will get this decision. They're talking to the third man. See the 2 umpires there, Peter Wright, Henry Fisher, as I mentioned. Ben Turner, we're going to have a look again at the instant replay. And what you'll see now, just look how he tapped it right. And that's the question. By tapping it right, did he create a new line of the ball? Or was Sapo Cassette, he'd situated himself perfectly for the initial play? Big decision. That's why they're taking their time. So they do come to the decision. They've got the benefits of a VAR. They've been watching it. They've been looking at all the angles, all the replays, and it's going to be a penalty 2. 30-yard shot for Signet. So nice play by McDonough Jr. If he hadn't got that little tap in, it would have been Sapper-Gusset running off probably to level it up. So they're going to have a penalty instead and a chance to make it 12 goals to 10 before the final chukker. Penalty shot, penalty 2, 30-yard hit, and it is Matthias McDonough Jr. who ends the 5th chukker with a goal. That makes it 12-10. We'll be back very shortly here on Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV. 1 chukker to go, 12 goals to 10. Signet, they lead this contest. So welcome back here for the 6th and final chukker. Apologies, I was just having a chat there with Jim Gilmore, the man behind this amazing location, behind so many of the best horses here at the Gold Cup as well. So, players come back out. Have a look at that score progression again. I think that does continue the trend, actually. I think Jehangiri, they've won more chukkers, but it is still just that chukker, the big one in the second, that keeps them behind. So let's have a look now. Can they turn it round? Alfredo Bugatti, how big could that goal at the end of that chukker be, as it's here now with the near side backhand? He's back out here on Madam's Lukaku as it goes into the cameras. Out of play, and it's going to be Sapper-Gusset and Rochi Torgatar and Gonza Piers. They all stand up over it. I love how they've put Rochi in the number 4 position as well, and Gonza plays for number 2. I think that was a change as the season kind of progressed through the Queen's Cup. And here now with McDonough. McDonough taps it left. Here now, right out, looking for Tommy 7. 7 looks down the ground. He's got a runner in number 4, Matthias McDonough Jr., but still here now with Tommy 7. Taps it up towards the halfway line. Long drive, looking to see if he can find a runner at the front. It's going to go here between Cassette and McDonough. Here now behind them all is Bugatti. Bugatti with a shot, with a goal as well. It's that next shot of Bugatti's that has been so lethal throughout this tournament. As we'll have a look at the instant replay right there towards the back line, and he knew exactly the anticipation of where the ball was going to be and found the angle nicely. Look what that does for the scorer race in this game as well. Obviously, Sapo with 9. Really impressive. Coming through now is Matthias McDonough Jr. Let's have a look. line out. It was won by, maybe he was pushed in. That's what Cassette is claiming. No, the umpires have decided. Yeah, no, he was pushed in. So it is going to be in favour of Jehangiri. Just wondering about. So Torgata with the tap. Takes it out left. Good play by Lukey Wiles. Sends it back on the turn. Is Tommy 7, but Sapo Cassette picks it up, goes left. The umpires say they're happy with Tommy 7 not having the line, so Seal here with Sapo. Sapo now running out left is Torgata. Torgata looking to play the pass, but this is what you're going to see from Bugatti. He's going to play the sweeper. He's going to make life really difficult as it's here again with Gonzalito Pierre's open backhand played, and now on the turn will come the team in white again, and Cassette. Cassette. Oh, lovely drive down the ground. Sapo Cassette just wide to the left-hand side. 13-10 it stays. Wide left. Sapo Cassette. Goes off and changes again. And it's going to be Signet. It looks like who will be going 2 victories, 2 defeats. Jehangiri. They will be 1 victory, 3 defeats, so we wait to see whether 2 and 2 may well be enough to get you into a penalty shootout. As it's there with Bugatti. Jehangiri had a little bit of a go, but it's still here now with Bugatti. Bugatti sends it long down the ground, up and high, looking to see if Tommy 7 is there. 7, big neck shot down the ground. Lovely strike by Tommy 7, looking to combine with Luke Wiles. Luke Wiles bumps off the ride-off from Torgata with the neck shot. Nice play there by Lukey Wiles. And I was wondering whether we would. It looks like we will. Sapo Tuka will get one more run out here in this British Open. The beautiful, wonderful grey of Sapo Cassette. Here now with Torgata. Torgata sends it out to the left-hand side. Cassette beaten to it by Bugatti. Bugatti does well. Gets the near side backhand. Hits it into the crowd. Gonzalito Pierres brings it down and now scoops it. Now the counter-attack is on. Now rare overlap for Jehangiri. If they can make the most of it, it's there on the near side. Or Pierres just over the top. And back here now with Alfredo Bugatti, who takes it out to the left-hand side of the waiting Gonzalito Pierres. Just flicks the ball back behind him. Now onto it on a flash was Sapo Cassette on the line. Turning round in front, Matthias McDonough Jr. He's claiming he was always on it, but I think the umpires are going to look anyway. They are coming back to the third man, but it's whether he's spun round there in front of Cassette. And you can't miss him on that, Gray, and the umpires did see him. So it's going to be a penalty for Jehangiri. And when I say I see him, it's because he was on that line like a flash. Matthias McDonough Jr. in turning round, flicked over the line. So was a nice penalty, and you can see in the drone footage exactly why that one was given. 2.5 minutes to go. They need this one to go through. So Sapo, can he get to 10 goals for the day? Which would put him 1 behind Pablo McDonough. Sapo, taking out the air. And it's going to be brought away. Lovely defence. We've seen a few 60s stop today. And Rochi Torgata, the player who stopped the other ones. He is the player who gets to the near side backhand and sends it left. And Sapo Cassette, he looks up to the sky. He knew they needed that one. It was going as well. And I would just about say that could be the miss that could ensure the victory here for Signet Segava. It's a nice performance by them again. They've been good fun to watch. They had a tough start to the tournament against a very impressive Akasha organisation. They then had a really good win against Valhalla. And then Black Bears was a really tough one. They came close. It was really a stirring comeback at the end. But they've had a good tournament here. Have Signet as it's sent open now, looking again for Bugatti. Bugatti, He will pick it up, looks down at the ground, taps it to his right-hand side. Alfredo now runs. Sapo Gasset tucks himself in behind. Across comes Torre Guitar. The umpires are happy there that he had the offside, but he's over the top in any case. And if he hadn't won it before with that goal, that will seal it. That makes it 14 goals to 10. And there is just over a minute to go. So, reminder of the action here. We are at guards 1:15. That game due to get underway. Adolfo taking on Perotto Ladorfina. Jindal Steel taking on Ladorfina. Marquez de Riscal, another game with plenty riding on it. Ladorfina, Marquez de Riscal, 2 victories, 1 defeat. Ladorfina, Jindal Steel, 2 defeats, but they still have destiny potentially in their own hands as it gets sent long again, and they're going to go again here with Lukey Wiles. Luke out in front. Behind him is Tommy Seven, given now to his fellow England international and good friend, Tommy Seven, who just sends it wide to the right-hand side, and the clock will continue to run down. So we then come back here at 3 o'clock, where it will be the turn of White Crane against the Black Bears organisation I just mentioned. Also, potentially a lot on that one before finishing with Gaston versus Valhalla. Now, coming down the ground is Pierres. Pierres with the drive down, looking to see if he could pick up Mohamed Jahangiri, but tail backhand played. Players finishing this one out. Gonzalito, long drive down the ground, but just wide to the right-hand side. I say really nice to see Gonzalito and Sapo combining this year as you start thinking his organisation towards what next year may look like. Is that going to be a spine they continue to play with? As Signet bring it back into play. The clock now really just running out. As there it goes. There does go the buzzer. So we do finish here in what was a really fun game to watch. 14 goals to 10. They just scored a couple at the end to rubber stamp it. But Jehangiri, they had their moments. I mentioned those kind of scores that they got within bursts out there, which always just kept it close and made sure that Signet could never really rest. And as well, what was interesting was they did win, I think, nearly, if not more, chukkers. Have a look at the lineup stats of that than Signet did. So nice game, 14 goals to 10. We'll hang around for a little bit longer and have a look at the stats of the game as well. Couple of options you think towards the MVP. Bugatti is a real insight. I think that's who may well be the choice. Alfredo Bugatti, as we have a look at the chukker by chukker progression. And yeah, Signet, they got those 4 goals in the second chukker. From then, the chukker was won, but they were behind by Jehangiri. A good chukker for Signet in the 4th. Pretty good in the 3rd. So yeah, nice play by both sides. There is Matthias McDonough Jr. having a look back on the drone. Alfredo Bugatti, Tommy Seven, Lukey Wiles. They're a team that every side, sort of when I say gets nervous about it, it's a very much a compliment towards Signet. As you do see, Alfredo Bugatti, he was indeed MVP of this contest for number 3 for Signet. But yeah, so tough to play against these 4 pro organisations as he goes into the tent. Sure, EBC, right, who helps put everything together. He will be congratulating the side. And they'll be happy. We do, like I say, we've got to wait and see how the games later on take place. But if that is the end of their tournament, they've been pretty good. They'll be happy. So 10 field goals out of 14 for Signet, 6 out of 10 for Jehangiri. Not too many fouls, 10 in the end by Signet and 6. And penalties, the 11 there for Jehangiri. Throw-ins dominated by Signet, 19-7. Led for 70% of the game. Jehangiri, they just led early on. That was that for them. Love to look at how, and the goal drought's pretty similar. So, yeah, no, stat-wise, pretty even. I think probably the defining factor of that was indeed those throw-ins, 19-7. That has to be probably the most dominant throw-in line I've seen. So that's where Jehangiri may well look back to think how this game was lost. So we have a look at the league table. So Signet, they do go into 3rd. What's interesting, you've got Gaston there. They are 2 wins. They would jump over Signet with a win later. Black Bears, they can take 1st place outright if they defeat White Crane. And that will be an end of any chances for the 2-win teams, I believe. Do have to watch it because with 19 organisations in this tournament, it can get a little bit complicated. But Jehangiri, they finish 4-1. Much like we spoke about in their Queen's Cup campaign as well, their goal difference is always very good. And they actually, in that campaign, if it was 4 Chukker games, I mentioned this earlier, they would have been second best team in the tournament through the group stage. So unsurprising that their goal difference is pretty close as well. And it's actually 4 goals losing today that really put a hit. Have a look now at the highlights, and there were some really nice goals. Unsurprisingly, when you've got the likes of Sapo out there and the 4 team, and I think this was Lukey Wiles, that's on Bunny. He got that goal on. Nice play by him. He had some really nice attacking plays. A 4-goal English international player taken out left here by Bugatti. This was a really nice run to goal. Picked up a bounce and got the neck shot as well. That really strong position of his. And here is the game. See how Tommy 7 just takes away the player. Sapo Cassette on Sapo Tuka just caught behind, and Bugatti finished it off really nicely. And again, this was Sapo at his best. He got 2 or 3 of these. You can take your pick if you want to watch some highlights later on. How his horses, how they just reach out. They're just always that little bit faster, it seems, than the opposition. Beat him that time round, though, as Bugatti came round. And this was another good neck shot by his at an angle. And that's for highlights. 14 goals to 10. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be live at 1:15. You will be hosted by my co-commentator, Carl Ude Martinez, as you can just get one more look at Sapo running through here. And I'll be back at 3 o'clock to bring you the action from Manor, where it will be White Crane taking on Black Bears. But we will leave you with the shots of Alfredo Bugatti, and a man's best friend is Jack Russell, just lying down there with him. From all of us at Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV at the St. Regis British Open, big thank you, and we will see you later.